Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. So this is Talha Riaz and this is going to be the second video of the programming fundamentals playlist. Okay, so in this video I am going to cover the very basics again about the programming and the things which vary from language to language and the things which do not vary from language to language. Okay, so the main purpose of this video is to understand or to clear you that some things which are different in C++ and some things are different in the other languages, so that when you in the future when you move on the other languages you don't have to face any difficulty or misunderstanding. Okay, so first concept is here structure of program. Okay, so what do you mean by structure of program? Structure of program, you can say, is it's actually a plate which the programming language allow us to write your program. Okay, so what about the structure of program C++? If we say that the C++ restrict us to add some preprocessor directive here and then int main function, which is the very important function and the function which get execute at the first when a program get execute, and but we will discuss it later on. But the main thing is here to discuss the structure of program. Okay, so here is the structure of int main and then some code which you want to write in your program and then return 0 and the last bracket. Okay, so another thing which I want to mention here, return 0 is not necessary in the updated variants of compiler of C++, and but it was important in the older variants. Okay, so here is actually the structure of the C++ programs, and this structure vary from the language to language. This structure may get changed in the Java and it may get changed in the Python. Okay, so don't confuse it with the other languages. Okay, so this is actually the structure of program. The very next concept is indentation. So indentation, what is indentation? Indentation is actually the space in the beginning of every statement of your program. Okay, so this is actually the indentation here. This is actually the indentation here. So I have a question. Does the indentation matters in the C++ program? Answer is no. In C++ program, indentation does not matter. But it matters in other language like Python. In Python, indentation matters a lot. Okay, so the main purpose of indentation is the code readability. Okay, so I am here. So if we write in C++ int main here and C out here, it doesn't matter. Okay, but it matters in Python language. So that's all about the indentation. And then very next concept is about the coding convention. So what is the coding convention? The simple definition of the coding convention is you can say it's a best habit that allows to write your program. Okay, which makes your program efficient and which makes your program to read after 6 months or a year, uh, to read your program easily and in less time. Okay, so that's all about the coding convention. So what is the coding convention in the C++ program? This coding convention also vary from language to language, but in the C++ program I am going to give you some example about the function declaration and the function definition. I will discuss the functions in the later on videos, but here I am just discussing about the coding convention, so don't confuse with the functions. Okay, so function declaration here and the function definition should be here. Okay, so this is actually the coding convention of the C++ program. It says us to write the declaration of the function above the main function and write the definition of function below the main function. Okay, so this is actually the coding convention, best actually the coding convention of the C++ program. You can write this definition also here, but it is not best way to write the functions, to write the functions definition. Okay, so this is actually the coding conventions. Okay, so the very next step is program output. This is very important and but very easy concept. So input, what is input? Input, you can say it's a problem which we have and we give this input to the or this problem to the computer, and computer do some process on it, and then that computer give us output which is, you can say, the solution of the problem of our problem actually. Okay, so this is actually input, computer processes and then give us output. Okay, so this is actually the hierarchy. We give input, computer processes and give us the output. Okay, so this is all about the program output. So very next concept is syntax rule. Again, this concept or this syntax vary from language to language. Let me give you an example. If we don't write semicolon here and don't write semicolon here, this is going to be the against the syntax rules of the C++, but it is not against the syntax rules of the Python. So again, it vary from language to language and the syntax changes language to language. Okay, so this is the main purpose of the syntax, that it varies from language to language. In C++, semicolon is necessary. Without it, it will cause or it would cause syntax error, and syntax error we are going to discuss now. Okay, so first of all, let me discuss what are the errors. Errors are actually the fault in your program in simple. Okay, so these faults are of three types, like syntax error, logical error and the runtime error. So here I am going to first discuss about the syntax error. When you don't follow the syntax rule of some particular language like C++ or Python, then it is going to be the syntax error. Okay, because you are not following the syntax rules, then it is going to be the syntax error. Okay, so if I am not writing the semicolon, then it is going to be the syntax error of the C++ program. Okay, so what is the logical error? Logical error, its name itself describing it, that it is the some logical fault in the program. What do you mean by the logical fault in the program? Okay, so let me discuss it. Logical fault in the program. So this is the program and this program has logical fault. What is the logical fault? Okay, let me discuss. Okay, so here we are saying forget about the cout and all the things, we will discuss it, but the main purpose of this statement is to display a a on the screen. Okay, in simple, forget all about it, but the main thing you have to remember that this statement is printing a on the screen. Okay, so when the computer or compiler reaches on this line, okay, compiler will say, okay, I am going to print a, but where is the print? Where is the a in the program above the statement? Compiler do not know about the a which is below the statement, print statement. Okay, it doesn't matter, it do not care about that a, it will just go above the print statement to search the a. If you do not find it, then it will cause the logical error, you can say. Okay, so this is very basic example of the logical error. And then another example of the runtime error. Okay, so what is actually the runtime error? You can say runtime error occurs when your program doesn't have syntax error, doesn't have logical error, and your program is running efficiently and in a best way. Okay, then runtime error can cause occur. Okay, so what do you mean by runtime error? Suppose you write a program to sum of the two numbers. Okay, but the user of your program multiply that numbers, okay, which he inputs. Okay, so this is going to be the runtime error, that your program do not meant for the multiplication, but the user is applying multiplication in your program. Then it is going to be the runtime error, that whenever the input get wrong and whenever the input is not according to the program, then it would may cause runtime error. Okay, so this is about the runtime error. And the last concept but not the least, language keywords. Okay, so what do you mean by language keywords, Talha, in the C++? Okay, so keywords, you can say, are constants. Okay, constant mean they do not change throughout the language. Okay, so and the keywords also vary from language to language. In C++ we have keywords for, like here we have keyword while and we have keyword do while, we have keyword if, and there are a lot more. Okay, so the main purpose of mentioning keywords here that you should know about that there are some predefined or built-in keywords in the C++ or other languages that allow us to write the code easily. Okay, so the main purpose of keyword to write the code or provide you the facility to write your code efficiently in the programming language, you can say. Okay, so that's all about the keywords, nothing more than it. We will discuss about each keyword in the later videos, but for now this is all and nothing more than it, and this is all about the today lecture. And thank you very much for visiting and watching this video. Okay, and again, Allah Hafiz.